Collinwood, 1840. Quentin Collins awaits the verdict in his trial for witchcraft, a crime punishable by death. On this day, Quentin's former mistress, Joanna Mills, has appeared in court to testify on his behalf. But Samantha is in terror at her return because she has good reason to believe Joanna has returned from the dead.
Gerard, Joanna Mills is dead.
Samantha, just get a hold of yourself. There's no need for panic.
She is dead. Do you hear me? She's dead.
Try to be a little realistic. Obviously, there was a mistake.
No, there's no mistake.
Anybody in their right mind can tell you that Joanna Mills is alive.
No, she's dead. I know because I killed her.
Samantha, that's impossible. Whatever you're saying, Joanna Mills is alive. Now, supposing you just tell me everything.
No, I don't want to talk about it.
But
please.
you must. Her appearance has put a very damaging effect on the trial against Quentin. You must tell me everything. If it is true, I must know.
But I
Do you want Quentin dead?
Yes! No, I don't know. I don't love him, Gerard. I love you. Do you know what my life has been like here? The guilt, the anguish, the pain. I didn't mean to do it. Please believe that I didn't mean to do it. And now she's come back for revenge.
Samantha, get a hold of yourself! There's no need for this. You've caused enough trouble as it is. Now, I demand that you get a complete control of yourself and tell me everything. Now, from the beginning. When you first learned of Joanna Mills, what did you do?
Nothing. I couldn't let anyone know that I knew. Oh, Gerard, I couldn't. I just couldn't.
And Quentin, when he came to you for the divorce, what did you do?
I refused him, of course. You know that. And I almost won. He was going away for a while, but he was going to come back to me, and I had won. I couldn't bear the thought of her taking him away from me again. I was almost happy for a while. Until those letters started to come from the asylum. It was the same thing all over.
Hold on to yourself. The letters. What was in the letters?
There were two. One from the administrator of the asylum, asking Quentin to come there. It appears that she'd become quite ill, and that she was calling Quentin's name.
Why didn't he go?
Because he was away at sea. I was very, very frightened. I knew that if he had been here, he would have gone to her. I was feeling threatened by her all over again, so I went in his place. I didn't tell anybody. Nobody knew, not even at the asylum. I entered the grounds and found her alone. I knew her immediately. She was exactly the same girl I had seen only once before when she was with my brother at a concert in the village. Except for one difference. Now she was mad.
Quentin! Quentin! Have you come with a message?
No.
Then why are you here? I was expecting someone else.
Expecting someone here?
Is that so strange? My lover is coming soon. Soon. When I heard you, I thought that you were he.
Your lover, might I know him?
Oh, yes. Everyone knows him.
What
is mine.
is his name?
Oh, it is a most beautiful name.
Yes.
His name is Quentin. Quentin.
What will you do if he doesn't come back? Today or ever? What will you do then?
But he will come back. Today.
He has gone away for many months. Long months.
No.
Yes, lonely months.
No.
Yes, and you might possibly never see him again.
No! No! Who are you? I hate you! Get away!
Quentin will never see you again. Do you hear me?
Stop
Never!
it! Stop it!
Never!
You never forgave me for leaving your brother, did you?
Oh, you know who I am.
Yes, of course. You always look so proud. You carried it better than anyone. Mrs. Quentin Collins. Oh, how I envied you that. I used to watch you. I'd sit in my carriage and watch you, moving in and out of the shops. So proud to be his wife. Mrs. Quentin Collins. Oh, I did envy you.
They told me you were mad. You're not mad at all. You're just horribly cruel.
Cruel? For loving him? For giving him something no other woman had ever given him?
You are a monster.
Oh, I'm sorry. Whoever you are, you must go. Quentin is coming. He's coming to hold me. Thank you for your message. Good day.
I should have killed her then. Oh, why didn't I kill her? Can you imagine me standing there and listening to her telling me what their life had been like together? Telling me about all the things that had been denied to me. Oh, how I loathe that woman.
Why did you go to her again? She was obviously insane. Quentin would never have gone back to her. It wouldn't have been allowed.
At that time, possibly not. But by the time the next letters arrived, it was quite clear that she had changed.
Changed?
The letters were addressed to Quentin. They were in her hand. As he was away, I read them.
Of course.
She was not the same woman. She was sane, there's no doubt of that. She told him as much and said she wanted to leave the asylum and asked him to come for her. I didn't know what I was going to do, but I knew that I had to stop her. I wrote her to meet me on the grounds.
Why are you here? I was expecting Quentin. Did he receive my letter?
No, he's away at sea.
What, did you send it on to him?
No,
I see. Will you?
no.
You cannot keep us apart. Not this time. We know what it is like not to be together. And now we will never let you keep us from being together.
Isn't there anything that I could say or do to stop you?
Nothing. I have suffered too much. I need him. And I will have him.
He's away at sea, trying to forget. Don't do this. Please, give him a chance.
Give who a chance? You never cared for Quentin. You only cared about yourself. You and your insufferable pride. Going in and out of the shops with your back held high and your head high.
I love my husband.
You never loved your husband. That's why I could have him. That's why he came to me.
You can't have him. You won't have him. I'll stop you. You'll see I'll stop you.
I will know when he returns, and I will be there waiting for him, and I will hold him again.
No! No! No!
So we can only assume that she is dead. If she fell on those rocks. But if she didn't fall on the rocks, had there been a high tide at the time, the water would have covered them.
It doesn't matter. She fell. She's dead.
Unless another body washed up on the shore.
I don't care what you say. I don't care if you say she didn't die. I know that she did. And she's come back to kill me. Please help me. Please help me. I'm so frightened. Please. Joanna, you've come back. You've come back for me. No. No, Joanna, please. Please don't do this. I don't want to go with you. Joanna, I don't want to die. Help me! Somebody please help me! Gerard! Save me!
It's all right, Daphne. Your sister is alive. She testified at Quentin's trial. She is alive.
Alive? You're not dead?
No. Hold my hand. Feel its warmth. I'm alive.
Oh, Joanna!
Oh, my darling sister. Are you afraid of me still? I don't want you to be afraid. I know of some of the strangeness that is going on in this house.
I don't understand it. Oh, Joanna.
Come, we'll go up in your room and talk. Yes. You will forgive us. If you only know, I wondered about you.
Well, she's obviously alive. Her hands wouldn't be warm if she were dead. No, Samantha, she is not a ghost.
Won't anyone listen to me? That woman is dead. I tell you, she's dead.
Are you feeling better? I don't know how I feel about being such a shock to everyone.
You always like surprising people. I remember that.
Surprising people, yes, but...
Joanna, do you remember Mother's birthday? It was the last time I saw you. Mother was so ill, and I was there. I'd baked a cake for the two of us. And then suddenly you appeared. You traveled 100 miles. While you were there, Joanna, Mother was almost as well as she'd been before. She was taken sick.
I should have been a doctor.
Do you know what else I remember about you, Joanna? You always made everything right.
Oh, no. I only tried to make things right for a moment.
Oh, but you're wrong. You always make things right. You've done it again. You came back and you testified for Quentin, and now perhaps he'll be saved. And it's because of you.
You make me sound like a good fairy from one of your storybooks.
That's what you always were to me. Oh, Joanna, it's so good to have you back. When they told me you were dead, I don't think I've ever known such pain. Or such hatred. Hatred for Quentin. See, I blamed him at first for your death. And I wanted him dead, too. It was as if a part of me died with you.
Oh, darling, you shouldn't blame Quentin.
Well, I don't anymore. I know now that Quentin would never deliberately hurt anyone.
Never.
But then those terrible letters started coming. The letters in your handwriting, Joanna. They were to Quentin and to me. And suddenly, you became a threat. You became a dreadful threat to my life, and I'd loved you so much.
You poor darling.
They were in your handwriting, Joanna. How can that be?
They couldn't have been. I didn't write those letters. Except the letters that I wrote to Quentin while I was in the sanitarium. But I never mailed those.
But what about this one? It terrified me. I was certain you'd written it.
My darling sister, those are not my S's or my T's. Look. S. T. Do you see?
Yes, but if you... Well, it doesn't matter. I'm just so glad to have you back. But, Joanna, what did you do? Where did you go when you left the asylum?
I went to Boston.
To Boston? What on earth for?
Well, I don't know. I guess I went there because I wanted to be in a city where I could be just one of many.
But why Boston?
Well, I guess because, for the obvious reason, that I wanted to be close to that part of my life which gave me the most joy and pain.
You mean Quentin?
I suppose so.
You're still in love with him, aren't you?
You still think of me as when you were a little child. You're such an incurable romantic. We must have many, many talks like this, long ones. May I come and see you again soon?
Of course you may, any time. Joanna, we've got to be very sure that nothing ever happens to you again. Never again.
I promise you, my darling sister, nothing will.
How long do they plan to stay up there? They're plotting to kill me. You must stop them, Gerard. You must stop them.
Now, you just stop it yourself. You're acting like an hysterical little child. Come in.
Pardon me, I hope I'm not intruding.
Of course not.
Mrs. Collins, I want to thank you so much for letting me see my sister.
Yes.
And this gentleman, I don't believe we've met. I think I neglected to introduce myself. I'm Joanna Mills.
Miss Mills, Gerard Stiles.
Mr. Stiles, it's such a pleasure to meet you both. I trust we shall see each other again. Good day.
Did you hear that? Did you hear what she said? She's coming back. I killed her. She's dead and she's going to come
Get
back.
hold of yourself now.
She's going to come back to kill
Listen
me.
to
Yes.
me. Now, my dear, why don't you just go upstairs and relax? Take a rest.
Yes,
Go on.
Perhaps I should. Don't leave me, Gerard, please.
Never. Joanna Mills, I may learn to become quite fond of you. You perhaps can be most helpful with Samantha, and certainly with Daphne. There is a world, Daphne, awaiting for you. A world that you don't know very much about, but it is slowly coming to you. That world you want, Daphne, and that world wants you. So now, dream. And in your dreams you will not remember, except for the darkest channels of your mind.
It's happening again. I want to sleep. I must sleep. What is really happening?
Don't move. Let me just look at you. You're so very, very beautiful. Those eyes, those lips. Every day you become more and more beautiful. More fascinating, more real, more womanly. I want to see the changes that you feel, Daphne. love you
I
so
love
very
you.
much.
I love you too. I love you and I need you. You told me that you would show me a world that I'd never known. And you have. And it's filled with happiness and joy. I don't know why, I don't understand, and I don't care. All I know is that I have you, and that's all I ever want. I thought once I wanted another life. I was so foolish. I love you, Julie.
As though there's something bothering you. Something that's bothering you very badly. Well, it's time, my dear. It's time to make a decision, a very important decision for the both of us. Daphne, will you marry me?